Alright, going to be doing a video here of the BladeTech. This is a Kydex holster for the Glock 43. Before we get started, I'll just get this out and show that it is clear. I've got no magazine, nothing in the chamber, nothing anywhere. Picked up this holster actually used from a friend. He bought it and ended up going to the clip-on slide holster where he can just basically tuck the gun down inside his pants without any kind of a holster. It just has the clip that attaches up here. I've never been a fan of those, but it is kind of nice because it's the absolute thinnest way to carry. But just a brief overview here. It is BladeTech, says carry confident on it. When you turn it over, you get the made in the USA logo there. Full trigger guard here on both sides, can't get to it. It does lock in place, you've heard it snap already. Plastic hook here, it does feel like it's pretty sturdy. Even though it's plastic, it does not feel like I could just pick it up and pull it off. Does have an option here to where you can pick it up and just slide this piece off. You would have to lift it over this little notch right here and pull it back. I don't know why you would remove that unless you're just trying to get rid of that little piece of bulk. But basically this is inside the waistband carry. It is set up for a right-hander, so you can put this down the front on an appendix carry, put it around side at like a 4 o'clock type carry here, and you've got full access. What I have noticed, some good pros about this is, especially for me, I do carry a lot of the Glocks, so everything that's exposed here is all of your polymer materials, so all of your actual your metals is not exposed to your skin. So obviously this side of the case is going to be to your skin. This is to your belt loop on a inside the waistband holster. So I have noticed that this thing has a lot of retention built in. You can hear that snap, and as I'm just kind of pulling just from here, now I'm not putting a ton of pressure, but as I'm pulling, it's not really coming out. If I take and just kind of push on the case a little bit or push here, you know, I can snap it pretty easy. But that is one thing about this BladeTech case, is it has a lot of retention. So it's not something to where if you bend over it's going to slip out the back. I mean, I care a lot about my weapons and don't want to drop them, bang them. So to be able to turn this thing upside down and shake it almost like a blizzard at Dairy Queen, I feel pretty confident about that. So I have had this on my holster. I have carried this several days now, just trying to get a feel for it before I did a review. When this thing is locked onto your belt loop, especially if you have a nice tactical belt and not just a flimsy leather belt, anytime you go to grab and pull, it comes right on up out of here without any major issues. So as it's locked into place, it's got a nice release to where you've got a mean to grab this thing. It's not just going to slide out. So just wanted to point that out. Seems to be a very good material here. You can tell the bottom is exposed. My assumption here is that that is obviously for if you had to do some sort of a quick draw or something and had to shoot through the bottom. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't understand, other than if it's some sort of a drain or something, but some holsters, they do have openings in the bottom, but you don't have access to the trigger. So some of them are made to where it protects the gun, but you can still just shoot right through if you had to, but you can't access this trigger until it gets back a decent little bit. So who knows, maybe that's still the case. But just wanted to do a brief overview there, show you this. I want to say that this case is somewhere in the $35 to $40 range. You can see there it does have the Glock 43 stamped on there. Very, very pleased with this holster. I carry a lot of inside the waistband. I live in Florida, so we are not permitted for outside carry. So everything inside the waistband has to be as super comfortable as possible. So you can tell this, when you slide this gun down inside here, there is not a lot of extra material here. It barely comes over the case. Once again, I don't know why you would get rid of that unless you were just storing this down inside of your pocket maybe. But when this is clipped over your belt loop, you don't have a whole lot of extra space here to be big and bulky. And I always love this flare piece here. Keeps that metal slide off of your skin. I do have, like, say, Kimber 1911, which has a lot more sensitive metals on it and everything. I don't want the oil from my body all on that all day every day, so I don't want a case that comes straight across. I do want it to come up, for one, for gun protection, but two, it's comfort too. It's very comfortable to have that piece there, versus if you had this in your waistband or what have you, and you got these serrated edges here rubbing up against you and all that stuff. Just not as comfortable. So on my Glock 43, I do run this absolutely standard, straight from how it came from Glock, with the one exception of the sights. Huge fan of these sights. They are the Trigicon HD night sights, bright orange on the front. To me, they come in the orange and the yellow. To me, that orange is just easiest to pick up, and during the day, it just very reflective. Nighttime, it's got the 3-dot system, 2 dots on the back, 1 on the front, right in the middle of that orange. So very easy to pick up and put that right in the middle of that little U slot. 3 dots in a row, pull the trigger. You're on every time. So just wanted to give a little update here on those sights and let you know that even with these type of sights, it still slides in this holster very well. You can tell up top here it does have a little lip up and over. All the way, it runs all the way down the entire spine of this, so that does allow for pretty much any type of sights to go in here, and to not rub. So you can tell wide open there all the way down. So just nice little update here. Obviously love the products made in the USA. Love the quality of it. Everything about it's been good so far. Any comments or questions, put them in the section below. I hope you've enjoyed. Take care.